Have you ever met someone so perceptive they felt almost psychic, like they could see straight through your bullshit, yet so guarded that their own heart remained a complete mystery? What if I told you this wasn't a contradiction, but a highly advanced survival strategy? My INFJ friend, lean in close. This isn't a casual chat. This is a late-night confession between warriors. You and I both know the Sigma INFJ isn't some stereotype or clickbait archetype, it's a damn survival blueprint. A way of navigating a world that too often misunderstands, exploits, or outright fears the depth we carry. This video isn't about sugarcoating. It's about dismantling myths and exposing the 5 secrets of the Sigma INFJ, the master strategist who weaponizes empathy, treats solitude like a command center, and operates life like a covert mission. So, let me ask you, have you ever wondered why people are drawn to you like moths to a flame, but you still feel like a ghost in the crowd? Why your intuition reads the room in seconds, yet you keep your own cards close to your chest? Why you feel both powerful and painfully isolated at the same damn time? That's because you're not broken, you're built differently. And once you understand these 5 secrets, you'll stop questioning yourself and start owning the rare, dangerous, holy power of your mind. Before we dive in, I'd love to hear from you. Which part of this already sparked something in you? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I promise I'll read and reply. And if this resonates, subscribe for more content that doesn't skim the surface, but slices right into the marrow of the INFJ soul. Alright, let's crack open the Sigma INFJ code. 1. Selective empathy, the strategic firewall. The world thinks empathy is just about feeling everything, but INFJs know better. Empathy without discernment is self-destruction. That's why the Sigma INFJ has built what I call the strategic firewall. Yes, you feel people's emotions as if they're your own. You can sense lies in the tone of someone's voice, exhaustion in the slump of their shoulders, hidden despair in a smile. But here's the secret, you don't give access to just anyone. You're not a public well, you're a locked fountain. Selective empathy is the weapon. You decide who gets access to your depth. You hold space for those who've proven worthy, but you slam the gates shut on emotional vampires. This isn't cruelty, it's survival. Without boundaries, your empathy becomes a leash. With them, it becomes a blade. My INFJ friend, when was the last time you realized someone was using your empathy against you, and how did you cut the cord? 2. Solitude as a strategic headquarters. Most people see solitude as loneliness, but for the Sigma INFJ, solitude is a headquarters, a war room, a sacred monastery where strategies are born and spirits are sharpened. In solitude, you replay conversations, not out of insecurity, but to decode the subtext. You analyze patterns, predict outcomes, map trajectories. You don't just reflect, you prepare. That's why when you re-enter the world, you often seem 5 steps ahead, because you are. Solitude isn't isolation. It's power consolidation. It's where the noise of the world gets stripped away so you can hear your own damn compass. 3. Mastering social alchemy. INFJs are often mislabeled as introverts who can't handle people. Bullshit. You don't avoid people, you study them. You read the spaces between words, the flickers behind smiles, the currents running beneath gestures. And when you choose to engage, you can transform the social atmosphere like an alchemist turning lead into gold. The Sigma INFJ secret? You mirror just enough to build trust, to let people feel safe without giving away your entire hand. You're a chess player in a world of checkers. You can sit in silence and still be the most powerful presence in the room. One carefully chosen word, one subtle expression, and the energy shifts, tension diffuses. Truth surfaces, conversations bend toward clarity, empathy, and understanding. You disarm hostility not through aggression, but through subtle empathy, patience, and timing. You expose hypocrisy not with accusation, but with the quiet brilliance of observation and the right question, delivered at the perfect moment. People sense it. They can feel the current you've altered, even if they don't understand how you did it. That's not manipulation, that's mastery. Here's the nuance many miss. Social alchemy isn't about control. It's about influence, guiding the emotional current without forcing it. It's about reading the room like a map, seeing the hidden dynamics and navigating them with integrity. This ability, when wielded consciously, is nothing short of transformative. You can create harmony where others see conflict, insight where others see confusion, and connection where others see disconnection. But here's the danger. In mastering the social landscape, you can start giving so much that your energy depletes. The very skill that allows you to shape environments can also make you absorb everyone else's chaos if you're not careful. That's why Sigma INFJs need their inner fortress, their self-care, and tools to silence the inner critic that can whisper, "You're not doing enough, not helping enough, not enough." If you've ever struggled with this, I want to gently point you toward a resource that complements this journey, my book, Get Out of Your Head, WM paperback, Kindle, and audiobook. It dives deep into how to silence that nagging inner critic, cultivate empowering habits, overcome fear, and reclaim your energy so that your natural INFJ gifts like social alchemy serve you without draining you. If this resonates with you, get your copy now. The link is in the description below. It's not the outside world, it's your interior life. Think of a time when your words or even your silence shifted the energy of an entire room. What power did you feel in that moment? How could reclaiming your inner strength amplify this ability without sacrificing your peace? 4. A moral compass, not a rulebook. Here's what sets the Sigma INFJ apart. You don't play by society's rulebook. You navigate life guided by an internal moral compass, forged in quiet observation, deep reflection, and a relentless commitment to truth. While others bow to authority, titles, or social expectations, you see straight through the theatrics, the hollow rituals, the power games. You obey principles, not people. This is why you've been labeled rebellious, stubborn, or too idealistic. Hell, some might even call you dangerous, but not in the violent sense. Your danger lies in your unwillingness to compromise the integrity of your soul. You are ungovernable, and that terrifies the people who need compliance, who thrive on control. Your compass doesn't point to convenience. It points to authenticity, justice, and the hard truths others avoid. You'd rather burn a bridge than betray your own values. You don't trade integrity for approval, popularity, or comfort. In a world that rewards compromise and punishes honesty, your refusal to conform becomes an act of quiet revolution, and it's profoundly powerful. This path isn't easy. Walking against the crowd isolates you, challenges relationships, and sometimes invites criticism or judgment. But the Sigma INFJ knows peace of mind, self-respect, and spiritual alignment are worth every bridge burned, every whispered complaint from outsiders. You are building a life that resonates with your truth, not their illusions. My INFJ friend, when have you followed your internal compass against the tide of public opinion? How did standing in your truth change your life, your relationships, or even your self-perception? Did it feel like walking alone or like stepping fully into your power? 5. Intuition as a cold analytical weapon. People often mistake intuition as soft, ethereal, or vaguely mystical. For Sigma INFJs, intuition is anything but passive. It's a sharp, precise, almost surgical instrument. It's not just about feeling, it's about calculating, decoding, and anticipating. You perceive patterns, outcomes, and motives faster than conscious thought can catch up. You sense the undercurrents of a conversation, the trajectory of a decision, the betrayal that hasn't yet been spoken. This is not magic, it's mastery. Your intuition doesn't live in fantasy. It intersects seamlessly with logic, strategy, and foresight. You see the game before it starts, anticipating moves and counter-moves with uncanny accuracy. While others are playing checkers, you're playing chess several moves ahead. That's why people sometimes call you psychic or uncannily insightful. They see the results, not the methodology. And here's the paradox. While your intuition can guide and protect, it's also a weapon you wield sparingly. You don't reveal all your insights because wisdom carries responsibility. You watch, you calculate, you act only when the moment demands precision. Empathy is your firewall. Strategy is your shield. Intuition is your scalpel, cutting only where necessary, healing where possible. My INFJ friend, when has your intuition prevented disaster or guided you to the exact right choice? How did it feel to act before anyone else saw the truth? And how does this sharpen your sense of responsibility in both relationships and life decisions? So here we are, my INFJ friend. Remember the question we started with: how can someone be both psychic and mysterious, empathetic and untouchable? Now, the Sigma INFJ isn't a paradox, it's a perfected synthesis of mind, heart, and strategy. Empathy becomes a firewall. Solitude is a command center. Social alchemy transforms influence into an art form. Your moral compass overrides the rulebook. Intuition becomes a precise analytical weapon. This is not fragility, this is design. This is your blueprint. And here's the reflection I want to leave you with. How often have you underestimated your own mastery because the world doesn't reward subtlety? How often have you hidden your gifts to fit in, only to realize that your power thrives in authenticity, not conformity? I want to hear your truth. Which of these 5 Sigma INFJ secrets hit you the hardest? Which one do you see alive in your life right now? Drop your answer in the comments. I'll read every single one and reply. If this resonated with your soul, subscribe for more content that doesn't skim the surface but dives deep into the marrow of the INFJ mind. And share this with another INFJ who needs to know you are not too much. You are exactly as powerful as you were designed to be. Walk tall, guard your fire, trust your intuition. And never forget, your Sigma INFJ mind isn't a burden, it's your blueprint for freedom, for influence, and for living fully, unchained, and untamed.